Dr. Phil's exclusive interview with Nick Gordon.
You don't think it was a suicide attempt? You just think it was cutting, or do you think Chrissy tried to kill herself?
Oh, I don't know.
Did you ask her?
If it was, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What'd she say?
He was like, I'm like, are you trying to kill yourself? No.
So she denied it at least.
Yeah.
Now, you say when Whitney passed away, she freaked, had to go to the hospital and all. But what did she say to you when you two finally had a chance to sit down and have a conversation about it? Was she mad at her mother over the drugs? Was she sad for her? How did she feel about it?
I think, Doc, I think she was feeling all of that. She would talk for hours and just bawl and just, you know what I'm saying? The only thing I knew to do was to listen and to hold her.
There's been a lot of talk about the estate and money and all. Were you left money in the will by Whitney?
Mm-mm.
Did that surprise you?
No.
Chrissy had an allowance, right?
We both did.
You both had an allowance?
Mm-hmm.
Was it a comfortable allowance or good enough to
No,
live
Doc,
on?
I think it was pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty
How
comfortable.
much did she give each of you for
I don't
allowance?
remember the exact, it was every month, but I don't remember the exact number.
Yeah. But it stopped after a while?
No.
It's still going on?
No, yeah, it stopped as soon as she went into a coma, yeah.
Yours stopped as well?
Yeah, well, yeah.
People that didn't understand, some people thought you were actually adopted by the family, which you were not, correct?
No, I was not.
And they were thinking this was weird, like brother-sister kind of thing.
No.
That was never the case.
That was never the case. Now, I understand people are like, oh, that's a little weird, whatever, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I think it was beautiful. I loved it. I loved how the relationship transformed and matured into something like that, you know what I'm saying? So,
Did you consider yourself married to her?
yes, I did consider myself, and she considered herself married to me.
Yeah. Here's a clip of her talking about that, which I thought was interesting.
Being a newlywed is it's most likely one of the greatest feelings. It really is, especially when you know that you're with someone that loves you and that you know will take care of you for the rest of your life because they've taken care of you for as long as I can remember. Nick has been there. Nick has been my backbone. He's saved my life at this point. He's been everything for me, and that's what means a lot to me.
Oh, that's my boo.
You see what I want?
That's my boo.
You see what I'm playing?
Yeah.
So, you guys, were you legally married?
No.
But you considered yourself...
Yeah, no, this is where I messed up. We wanted to do something small, go to the courthouse real quick before we came down to a trip for Florida. We were at the courthouse going to make it legal, and I was like, babe, let's just get on the road and we can do it when we get back. And I definitely regret not staying for the little 30 minutes and getting that done, but...
Well, she was certainly aglow in that clip about the whole thing. She described you in very loving terms there. And some people were critical and felt weird about all of this relationship. And then she would go on social media and say, people, come on, get over yourselves.
Get over yourself. It's really not their business, I'm sure everybody's got things that people think are weird, so, it's what it is.
You had some things that the people have seen. You posted on Instagram pictures with guns.
Yeah.
And that sort of thing.
Yeah, post pictures of my guns.
Why do that?
So, like my guns, like people post pictures of their cars. I collect them.
In 2011, you were cited for pointing a gun at one of Bobby Christina's friends. Why did you do that?
Coming up.
Was she mixing drugs?
She was mixing drugs.
Was there a point where you thought, this is getting out of control for her?
Gordon finally breaks his silence. A Dr. Phil exclusive continues.
In 2011, you were cited for pointing a gun
Pointing a pistol.
at one of Bobby Christina's friends. Why did
Yeah.
you do that?
Now, okay. he had a pistol on him and showed it, like, what you gonna do? And these were people that, you just brought up the bong picture and the cocaine. These were people that took those pictures of Chrissy. She was inebriated, and they were trying to do the same thing again. And we caught them up at the gas station, and he showed his, and I pointed, I was like, what you gonna do? And, you shouldn't do something stupid like that, but I did it.
Well, it's a good way to get shot, or somebody get shot.
Just for the record, all my guns are legal in mine.
One of Chrissy's aunts, Pat, has a restraining order against you?
She did.
Pat filed a restraining order against Nick last year after he posted threats and photos of guns.
I was going through a rough time again. This is after Whitney had passed, and I was disrespectful towards her. I don't feel that a restraining order was necessary. Never heard her think about it, but she did it, and it was probably for the good, because it got me back. I was like, oh, whoa, hold on, don't mess with me.
So you thought it was a wake-up call?
It was definitely a wake-up call. Like, dude, chill. You're doing too much.
What were you doing that made her think that?
Just disrespectful text messages. That was about it.
Like calling her names or something?
Yeah, saying things that I shouldn't have said, especially towards her. She's helped me out a lot in the past.
Have you apologized to her for it?
Yes.
Do y'all have any kind of relationship now?
It's just a small one, You'll get a call or text from them once in a while.
Has a restraining order expired?
Yes.
She has said that you turned Chrissy against the family. Is that true?
That's so not true. I always encouraged Chrissy to spend time with her dad. Chrissy just didn't like being around them as much, I didn't turn her away from her family. I wouldn't do that.
There was distance there that was on her own.
That was on her own.
Was there a point where you got concerned about her behavior to the point that you thought, this is getting out of control for her?
So, Doc, this is when I started to notice it. About a month before Chrissy's accident, you just saw this decline, this really bad decline, the drug use becoming more and more and more. I mean, already doing a lot, and she increased it, and that's when I started getting concerned, and other people started getting concerned. People brought up rehab and things like that.
Was she mixing drugs? Or just drugs and alcohol?
She was mixing drugs.
Were you a bad influence on her?
Coming up.
If you were her family, stand in their shoes for a minute, can you understand how they might look at you as a evildoer?
Continues.
Were you a bad influence on her?
I guess being a drug addict, you're a bad influence. You choose equally on me, drug addicts.
Was there a point where you brought out the worst in each other in that regard, in terms of the drugs, where you were enabling each other, triggering each other?
No, I don't feel that way.
But you were using together.
We were using together.
If one of you had been clean and the other not, would that have been a better deal?
We did everything together. If one was clean, both are clean.
So you did bring out the worst in each other.
I guess.
If you were her family, stand in their shoes for a minute, can you understand how they might look at you as a evildoer?
Well, no, because they've always said nice things about me. Maybe not in front of the camera, but one of her uncles told me I was a blessing to the family. I don't see how I could look like that, because regardless of what everybody thinks, I made Chrissy and Whitney's last few years on Earth as happy as they would be. I mean, gave them somebody to trust, to talk to be there, someone genuine. And no, so, and if they do, I don't care what they think.
Well, my point is, you were doing drugs with her.
Mm-hmm.
She wound up dead. You had a DUI. You had a car wreck. You overturned the car. They look at this and say, now she's dead. He was no choir boy in her life. I mean, are they right in making that level of indictment against you?
Do you need Dr. Phil's help?
You had a DUI, you had a car wreck, you overturned a car. They look at this and say, now she's dead. He was no choir boy in her life. I mean, are they right in making that level of indictment against you?
No,
How so?
I just don't. I just don't feel like that. And because Chrissy had problems way before I came along, so.
Right.
Man, you know, that family knew it, and they should feel at fault
So
too.
you're saying you didn't start that behavior?
No. What? No.
You didn't start that behavior, you inherited that behavior.
Yeah.
That was there before you got there.
Yeah. That was there before I got there.
But you didn't fix it.
No, I'm not a doctor.
You didn't fix it, but you didn't start it.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, did I help? No.
Let's talk about the night that Chrissy went into the coma.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what happened. Tomorrow, part 2 of this revealing interview. What nobody knows about Bobby Christina's final moments. Plus, what does Nick say to the people who insist he beat Bobby Christina, gave her a toxic cocktail, and murdered her? Here's a preview.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil.
It's just horrible.
You see Bobby Christina much like you saw Whitney.
It was literally a nightmare all over again.
Questions remain.
How did she wind up in the bathtub? You don't put your clothes on to get in the bathtub. Instead, you got into bed, put your head on the ankle of a female guest and said, quote, now I want a pretty little white girl like you.
Half of that is true.
The family drama while Bobby Christina lay in a coma.
I didn't get to see her until the fact that
Some of her relatives accuse Nick of foul play.
They say you punched her in the face and kicked her to the point she was on the floor screaming, and you dragged her up the stairs by her hair.
When Nick gets arrested, everything will fall like dominoes.
Did you murder Bobby Christina Brand?
That's tomorrow.
You do not want to miss that. That's tomorrow. Thanks for watching today.